Hey everyone, I'm Paul.
Hi everyone, I'm Jason.
Today we're going to do this video to help life alignment practitioners and students who want to be practitioners create viable businesses for themselves. And we've seen, and I've experienced as a student and practitioner, how difficult it is to get the ball rolling, to get income coming in, and making life alignment really a viable income stream and business for myself. So we want to support others like ourselves who are wanting to be life alignment practitioners to be successful at it. So we're going to do a little balance today, a group balance to help achieve that and support you guys. And we also want to introduce our workshop, which is a 4-week workshop, which we're going to talk about today to help support practitioners achieve success in their practice.
Thanks, Paul. So briefly, the topic of our upcoming 4-day workshop is going to be, as Paul said, regarding making life alignment a viable business for all life alignment practitioners and teachers. And in my experience, I've been a life alignment teacher for going on 15 years now. My students have always struggled trying to make it, to follow their passion, to follow their heart, because they have this great desire to help the world around them. And they struggle to make income in that regard. And it does need to be balanced. There needs to be both an ebb and flow. There needs to be both a giving and a receiving, so we don't feel energetically depleted at the end of the day. So our objective for our workshop is going to be to address that, to try and help a reality where we can all be supported to make a living as lifelong practitioners and teachers. So during the workshop, we will use the life path process, which is a process that was developed by Jeff Levine. And it takes your client or clients, generally if you work in a group or one person, through a journey through 8 different aspects or topics which are relevant to that person or group. It's going to be very exciting. I hope everyone can come.
So let's talk a little bit about those aspects, Jay, just to give people a taste of what kind of aspects we're going to be working with to help practitioners achieve success in their business. So the first one is around attitude. Maybe it's about having the right attitude towards this modality or our work. And what I found really interesting about this is the card that is supporting this particular aspect is the breath of life card. So maybe it's about taking a breath, relaxing our attitude towards the work that we're doing. And then the next aspect is education. Interesting. And following that, we're going to be working with new beginnings.
Yeah, so it's interesting that new beginnings happens after education.
Okay.
It implying something about that is something we have to learn before there's a new beginning. And I see that new beginnings is coming with the Earth card. So something about a grounded new beginning, not something in fantasy.
Right, no, foundational. New beginnings start on a strong foundation, Earth.
Exactly. So that seems
nice.
Very cool.
Nice. Okay.
Thanks.
The next aspect is hobbies, and there's also a second word connected to that, which is pleasure. And it's not normal that 2 words come up together, but we've had it in this instance that hobbies and pleasure are connected to the fourth aspect. Then after that, we're going to be dealing with the big kicker, which is wealth. And this is really what we're doing this workshop for, is to increase the wealth and financial flow of practitioners. And that's being supported by the trust card. Many of you have seen this, and it's maybe trusting that wealth will come, or trusting in our abilities to make that income flow.
And remember that wealth is different for everyone. It's not just about money.
Right. Good point. So the following aspect is relationship with self. That's incredibly important, followed up by self-esteem. So it's linking to that theme. And Jay, there we have the Pentagon and Restore cards, which I find quite
Right.
interesting.
Yeah. So relationship with self-esteem, they are both very similar and not unexpected to be as topics as we're going through the workshop. Self-esteem having the water and the restore card next to it, which are these two cards here. Water being about flow, about detoxing, restoring, bringing us back to something. So that would imply something about that self-esteem as we're carrying some sort of toxicity that we need to detoxify from. Well, to me anyway.
Yeah. Great.
Next.
Then our final aspect that we will be balancing is success, which is really the ultimate. What we're calling our workshop is the practitioner's path to success. So it's very fitting that it ends with that. And it's being supported by the receptivity card. So being open and receptive, I guess, to receiving that level of success in our lives. Hey, Jay?
Yeah, I think that'll be a fantastic ending for our workshop. That'll be on day 4. Being able to just sit back and receive whatever we perceive success to be.
Our workshop is going to be over 4 Saturdays, starting from the 24th of April. It's going to be at 5 p.m. South African time, so it's 2.5 hours each, so 5 p.m. to 7:30 South African time, which is starting at 4 p.m. UK, 11 a.m. Eastern Central, and I think it's 8 a.m. Pacific Central. Breakfast balance for those on the East Coast, or Pacific Coast, sorry. So we've put a link below this video with all the details that you can check out yourself. And if you are interested in joining, just either connect to Jay or myself, and yeah, it'll be great to have you on board. Now we're going to jump into that mini balance that we were talking about earlier. So it's a little mini balance to give you a taste of what we're going to be doing, but also to support you right here, right now, and offer up something that is going to help support you bringing more income into your practice. So the intention that we created to do this was to support practitioners to increase their financial flow in their practice and becoming viable businesses. Right, and we're using the tree of life pattern of self-esteem. So it's also, interestingly, one of our aspects in our life path, which is very interesting that came up twice. So this is what the tree of life pattern of self-esteem looks like. And we're going to jump into the story now of this and go straight into, we've doused already for words of the story. And the first word that's coming up is ineffective. Ineffective. And that's all connected to self-esteem. We've got ineffective, relax, and tentative. So let me go back to ineffective. Maybe that's about feeling ineffective. Maybe that's connected to your self-esteem, not feeling like you have what it takes to make an effective business out of this. Then the second word, relax. That's an interesting one. These generally come up as blockages that we want to release. So relax seems like a positive manifestation, but maybe we perhaps are too relaxed about our businesses, or not taking it seriously enough, perhaps. Feel into whatever these words mean for you. They're going to have very definitive connections for you personally. We are just helping the flow here by giving you some ideas of what it potentially could mean. Then the last word is tentative, being cautious about stepping over that threshold. So maybe the block here is being overly cautious about putting yourself out there, getting your work out, or even selling your love of life alignment for money. Then there is more information that's come in as well to this balance, and it's a life field, and it's the life field of personal power. So I think that All these words, relaxed, tentative, ineffective, are all connected to the contextual umbrella of personal power, which makes a lot of sense, I think, for self-esteem, that we're working with personal power. Also, interestingly, what came up as extra information was a body point, which doesn't usually come up, but it did in this case. And what's coming up in this instance is the TMJ bone here right by our jaw that we use for opening and closing our jaw. And that might be relevant, connected to self-talk, connected to self-esteem. What are we telling ourselves on a daily basis about how good our work is or how good we are? It also might be connected to digesting something. It's the first phase of digestion, and digestion is very linked to understanding something, assimilating, digesting information. So understanding could be connected. But it also could be linked to stress. We hold a lot of stress in our jaws, and it might be, TMJ gets locked and we grind if we have a lot of stress. So it also might be connected to something along those lines. Yeah, what do you reckon, Jay?
Should we jump into the balance?
Yes, let's go into emotional processing. Do you want to do that?
Okay, sure. I am ready. So everyone, take that information in. Just take it in. See what it means to you personally. I'll read through the words again that Paul asked for. Ineffective, relax, tentative, the life field of personal power, with the body point of the TMJ, all under tree of life pattern of self-esteem. Just take it in, feel it, see how it affects you personally. And it'll be unique for everyone. Bring it in, whatever it is you're chewing on, whatever it is you're trying to digest about your work as a life alignment practitioner. Feel it. So the first question that comes up is express emotion. How does this make you feel? Acknowledge it to yourself. From this point, the next question is a positive emotion has come through, and is the word proceed, suggesting that we must move on from whatever it is that's keeping us stuck. Acknowledge to yourself what it is that's keeping you stuck. The next question is releasing it. How to let it go. And say to yourself, I release whatever it is, whether it's that emotion you felt, whether it is a topic that is keeping you stuck. Release it now. I release whatever that is. Say it a few times. And really go within and help it shift. It seems there's a need to do step 4 of the emotional release as well, which is the receiving. From this point of letting go, what is it you would like to receive? And ask for it now. I receive whatever it is, whatever that energy, whatever that frequency is that you need to proceed. And follow your heart and be the practitioner you wish to be. And the final question that came through is self-empowerment. So, what do you need to do to maintain this? What do you need to do to move forward? Make a commitment to yourself right now. Whether it's a promise about daily checking into your inner child, or a promise to advertise, or whatever it is. How can you empower yourself? Make that commitment. And don't make a commitment that is too much for you. We don't want to go into later on developing a mistrust with ourselves. Make a commitment that you know you will achieve, that you know you will follow through on. From this space, slowly return to your body. Come back into presence. Take a deep breath. So the homework that has come through to maintain this for everyone is spiritual practice. And that is once again going to be unique for everyone. It's how you connect to the universe, God, source, etc. Or yourself. Even connecting to yourself is an act of spiritual practice. Think how you can do that. And once again, make a commitment to yourself to do that. You are a being of spirit. You are part of that greater collective. Much love and good luck.
I enjoyed connecting the spiritual practice to the taking responsibility, or the self-empowerment.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay, for taking us through that emotional balance. And yeah, thanks for joining us on this ride. And I hope that this balance does support and shift you in ways that is going to create greater success and financial flow in your practice and life. If you feel like you want more support in creating a thriving business that is achieving success consistently, join us for our workshop starting next week, Saturday. And we'd love to have you along. And I have no doubt that it's going to be of huge value. So we'll see you there. Thanks, Jay.
Thanks.